Warrior, today is a very important day, Tuesday, in the state of California, because we have a new trial. Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, will face off against attorneys general from several states in an Oakland, California courtroom. This is part of a major lawsuit we're continuing on, alleging that the company violated child safety and consumer protection laws and harmed children's mental health. Thank you for tuning into the Warriors. Thank you for sharing this information. Thank you for being part of what we call There is a War on for Our Children. We want to get information and the correct information out to you, you Warriors out in the public. But this morning, and I've spoken to, I shouldn't say spoken to, texted back and forth with a lot of parents that have flown in from around the country. They are there at the trial. Their children have been harmed by social media, and they are there in support of we are not going to stand this. Meta, we have whistleblowers, we have internal memos, we have product design now. All of this influenced and made more powerful from the recent cases back in March, New Mexico, winning with product design and sharing also, COPPA, which is Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, violating that, selling their data, their information, right? And also then the trial at the same time in California, the original California trial, and Meta was held responsible in both of those trials. So this is giving power to all of these various lawsuits across our country, in excess right now of 3,000 federally. And then we have all the different states. In California alone, over 3,300 lawsuits. We've got individuals, we've got organizations, we've got school districts, we've got municipalities holding Meta. They want Meta held responsible. So this trial today is in front of District Judge Yvonne Gonzalez Rogers in U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California, and will be part of a lawsuit. Now, this is the important part, filed by 29 states in 2023, and will serve as kind of a bellwether for future proceedings. If this goes through, and I have a feeling things are very positive, we've got the proof about Meta and what they've been doing, okay? 2 children, they're thinking, again, empowered by whistleblowers, internal memos leaked, the power of the 2 lawsuits already won, that this will really serve. This is going to open up the floodgates. So participating California, Colorado, Kentucky, my home state, and New Jersey are taking part in this trial. Expected to include testimony from the CEO himself, Mark Zuckerberg, and Instagram CEO Adam Mosseri. We don't hear from him a lot. He's kind of the quiet one. We always are talking about Mark Zuckerberg, but again, he's CEO, so there you go. He's making trillions off the backs of our kids and American families. He should face the music, as we like to say. But in this suit, the plaintiffs claim that Meta developed and refined a set of psychologically manipulative platform features designed to maximize young users' time spent on its social media platforms, including infinite scroll. That's just scrolling nonstop. There's no attention span. It's like boom, 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 attention span of a gnat. Autoplay, constant things that are fed into the feed, likes and more that children are conditioned. We know from doctors and studies and psychologists, psychiatrists, that there is an addictive quality to all of this. Interesting sidebar that, Mark Zuckerberg alone is on the record saying, sorry everybody, I'm losing my voice a little bit, talking a lot, that he will not allow his own children too much time on social media. If any, it's not safe. His words, not mine. But the state is also alleging, and this is the important part, that Meta knew it harmed users, the apps harmed users, increasing, again, anxiety, depression, and unaliving oneself. But they always claim their products are safe. They always claim they had, safety teams. They always claim they do everything in their power to keep kids safe. We know differently. And also, again, COPPA, something we don't talk nearly enough about. Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, allowing children under 13 on its platform and collecting their information without their parental consent. There is no other business around that is allowing, minors all of this open door to the world, except for big tech, right? Nothing. So Meta, of course, has denied the allegations. Of course they would. The company also opposes the potential damages it faces in the case, which said it could be as high as $1.4 trillion. And they're saying that their capitalization is 1.5. Basically, they're saying they'll go bankrupt. So the state AGs may call this a landmark case. They have to prove it. Here's what I want to say about everything. This is just something, look, we can all use our common sense. We know from our own families. We know from talking to parents. We know from studies. We know from books like The Anxious Generation by Dr. Jonathan Haidt. Yeah, kids are spending a lot of time online and it harms them. The birth of the internet was 1996. We've learned a lot in 30 years. So it's time to be pro-innovation, pro-technology, but hold big tech responsible. That old playbook from big tech that, the parents are responsible. Yes, everybody must parent up. The parents are the first line of defense. But big tech, again, making trillions of dollars off of our children, their eyeballs, their advertisers, and being deceitful. That is at the core of this, along with product design. They intentionally put out a product that harmed children. And that is why our Kids Online Safety Act, Senate Version 1748, is so important as it comes to a vote right after recess when Congress comes back after Labor Day in a couple of weeks, and the House and the Senate must come together, must have common language so that we can get this passed with the duty of care, that big tech has a duty of care to put out to the best of their knowledge a product that is safe for kids. We need House and Senate to come together so we can get that to the president's desk sooner rather than later and keep all of our kids across America safe, keep our families safe. Thank you. LynnsWarriors.org. You know the drill. Community creates change. Thank you again for watching. Share the videos. I will keep you apprised of what's going on through my sources that are out of the courthouse in Oakland, through my parents that are there feeding me information. This is traumatic, so traumatic for these parents. Yet they return, whether it's Washington or their state capitals, whether it's these trials. Last trial in California, they slept outside all night in the rain because it was a small courtroom, and the court was, according to what we heard, paying people to fill up the courtroom, to get there, in the middle of the night, and only so many people were allowed in, right, to witness this. So we heard, again, we don't have proof, allegedly we heard that they were paying Meta people to come and block the parents from sitting in the courtroom. However, the parents got smart. The parents camped out all night, pouring rain and rain ponchos, and they worked their way into the room. It eventually became a lottery, so some of the parents would get into the room, some waited outside, but the bottom line was parents won, America won, our children won. So join us. Always, always, always share information, facts, not fears, and when you wake up each and every day, you know the line, go out and be a warrior.